1 week after launch, and Apex Legends hit 25 million players with 2 million concurrent. And naturally, this leads to the question on everyone's lips: is Apex the Fortnite killer? In this video, we're going to compare both games across 5 different measures that make a difference in Battle Royale games. And then we're going to answer the ultimate question of 2019. Which is better, Fortnite or Apex Legends? The first question we'll look at is, which game has the best community? If you're going to be pouring hours into a game, it's great to do that with people you can get along with. And how are we going to measure the quality of a community? Simple, we're going to go and count 12-year-olds. What's everyone's age?
I'm 14.
40. And single.
26.
I'm 21.
23.
I'm not that old. I'm 13.
I'm 13.
I am 18.
I'm 14.
22.
I'm 14.
I'm turning 10.
After complex data analysis and number crunching, I can report that on average the Fortnite community trends a lot younger than the Apex community. Now, if you are a young player, that's perfectly fine and acceptable. You may enjoy both games equally. But for an old fart like me, playing with people who are about your own age is a little bit more enjoyable, because frankly I suck at these games, and getting destroyed by 12-year-olds is really, really humiliating. So in this case, I'm giving the point for best community to Apex. The second important feature Battle Royale games need, especially team ones, is a great communication system. Clear, fast and effective communications can make the difference between a win or a loss, and sometimes relying on your 12-year-old teammate to call out enemies doesn't really cut it. In Fortnite, your communication options are relatively limited, with everyone pretty much sticking to voice. In a 5-person team, this can be fairly underwhelming, as the level of chit-chat often gets in the way of playing the game or listening to your surroundings. Yes, you can ping the map and indicate locations, but beyond that, it's all about voice and screaming over the sound of some teenager being told off by their parents for playing too late. Contrast this with Apex, where the developers have clearly figured out that communication in a team game is absolutely vital. In addition to their full-featured voice chat system, there is also a really awesome and very, very complete ping system. You can more than just ping the map, you can also ping enemies, ping items, ping to confirm or disagree with someone else's ping, ping spare slots in your inventory to indicate that you need something, and possibly more. That's quite a lot of pings already that I've listed. The ping system is a great way to ensure more people can get into the game. Not everyone wants to or can shout at their computer while gaming, and not everyone wants to be recognized as a woman or a kid or an old person like me. Apex's ping system definitely helps drive accessibility and inclusivity, and so I applaud it. And beyond pings and voice chat, there's even a text-to-speech option which will turn your chat into spoken words. Very handy if you have a teammate who insists on typing stuff out and you're having a hard time keeping up with the chat box. The ping and chat systems give teams the ability to be much more focused on the game rather than on listening to each other babbling, or on shouting at each other to stop babbling. With luck, even that 12-year-old will learn to call shots and enemies without shrieking like, wow, 12-year-olds. For that reason, I'm giving Apex the point here for one of the best communication systems of any multiplayer game out there. The third category is depth. Both Fortnite and Apex have deep gameplay, but which one comes out on top? In Apex, you have a large variety of weapons, weapon mods, characters and abilities, and this can lead to a huge range of potential combinations and choices for players. And depth is about meaningful player choice, if you ask me. In due course, the Apex developers are almost certainly going to add more characters, more weapons, and more other bits and bobs to the game. But beyond a certain point, those features start to become a little overwhelming, and more of them isn't necessarily going to add much more depth or flavor. There's a risk that over time, the additional characters will just end up being rehashes of the sort of standard support, tank, stealth, and assault characters that we already have. In contrast, Fortnite's depth comes from the skill and complexity involved in mastering building, as well as handling the variety of weapons and tools available to the player. The slightly sillier Fortnite setting allows for a much greater variety of equipment and items to be added to Fortnite without immersion being ruined for the player. Epic also worked tirelessly to rotate weapons, maps, equipment, features and game modes, all of which give the game both depth and a great deal of variety. In the long term, it's almost certain that Apex will also see new equipment and game modes and other features added and rotated, but it's not yet clear that these will add the necessary variety and depth to make the game feel quite so fresh as Fortnite does on a season change or at some special event. For this reason, I'm giving the depth point to Fortnite for now. In the future that might change. The fourth category we're going to look at is game map. Apex has a rich and detailed map with many interesting locations to explore and different biomes and different play experiences. The variety of the map locations are great, but how do they compare with Fortnite's map experience? Epic has made a lot of money on Fortnite, and it's clear from the many and frequent changes Epic has made to the Fortnite map that they're pumping a bunch of that money back into development. Regular events and map changes keep the game fresh and interesting, and the addition of private creative islands and the ability to visit other people's islands mean you have nearly infinite maps to explore. Additionally, features on the map are destructible and modifiable with building, which means that every time you play, you're going to experience something a little different, even if it is on the same map. The Apex developers have promised that map changes and new maps will come in due course, but can they keep the map as fresh as Epic have been able to keep Fortnite Island? I'm not sure they can, even if the game is very successful. For that reason, I'm going to give Fortnite the point for best map, at least at present, although I'm hopeful that EA won't suck all of the profit out of Apex and they'll let the developers funnel enough cash back into the game to keep the game alive with fresh content and maps for a long while yet, because the game is a lot of fun. We're now down to 2 points each, and the final category is customization. Both Fortnite and Apex offer character, weapon, emote and other customization options, typically delivered by loot box, or in the case of Fortnite more by level unlock or via the store. But one of the challenges Apex faces is that the gritty sci-fi setting doesn't really allow for the range of crazy customization options available to Fortnite players. Epic have done a great job of introducing colourful character and other skins, and even if you're not a huge Fortnite fan, you have to admit that Fortnite's customization options are really fun and super varied. The options add a little extra spice to Fortnite and keep things fresh and interesting for players. Apex has various customization options from skin, animations, cutscene poses, and so on. But although the skins look nice, there's nothing that really shouts, "I've got to get that." Unlocking loot boxes as you level up is pleasant enough, but getting a new score ticker for a character you don't care about, or gathering a new background banner instead of a skin, well, it's just not really that interesting. Because Fortnite isn't class-based, all the unlocks you get are usable, even if they aren't always your favourites. Apex's mix of classes and at times fairly bland loot drops makes customization a whole lot less fun, as you're just not very often getting something you really care about. For this reason, I'm giving the point here to Fortnite for continually being entertaining with its unlocks and customization. So with the final score in, it looks like Fortnite wins here 3-2 as currently the best Battle Royale game in my opinion. That being said, I am myself very much enjoying Apex. I'm just not convinced that it's going to have the legs to outlast Fortnite. Then again, I think this topic might be worth coming back to in a year's time, and we can see how both games have developed. Maybe Apex will come out on top by then. Anyway, I've been TinyPirate. Whether you agree with me or not, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, good night.